I told you copyright.
I'm Gregory H. Lee Jr., presidential candidate for the National Association of Black Journalists.
I'm Deirdre Childress, and I'm a candidate for NABJ president.
Hello, NABJ. My name is Charles Robinson, and I'm running for president of the organization.
Each candidate will have 2 minutes to give an opening statement. Questions from the audience will be fielded by the moderator to the candidates, and each candidate will have 2 minutes to answer each question, and each candidate will be given 1 minute for closing statement.
Continue to diversify NABJ's revenue stream and bring in cash in the first 90 days of your tenure.
Well, one of the things I would do as president would be to work with the treasurer to make sure that the treasurer did not occasional reviews of our finances, not occasional visits to our national office, but actually, because everything's digital right now, went online every week and produced a report to the president with the cooperation of the executive director and the finance manager so that we can have a closer tap on where our finances are. As your president, I think that one of the key parts of my work would be to work with the treasurer. I think when the treasurer tells you before a convention or a conference that they're going to check the daily receipts every day of that conference and make sure that it stays within budget, I would hold my treasurer to those promises. I think we're a long way towards getting some of the things done.
That when we came in, we had a challenge, and it was not a small one. But we rolled up our sleeves, and we said, we're going to try and get this thing done. And guess what? We did. But guess what? You don't just wait and rest, because you know what? Another convention is going to come up. Issues are going to come up. But at the end of the day, I think I hope what everybody in this room wants, not only are we good stewards of your money, but hey, put us in a position where we're able to reap the rewards of some untapped resources we have not found. So we've begun to do that. Some of you remember the very first NAB, the Healthy NABJ. It was held here in Houston. The last 2 years, guess where it's been held? It's been held in Washington. I'm sorry it left here, but let me just tell you, we made a ton of money. Not a ton, I guess I could say enough money. We made some money. We made some money. And guess what? That's a new revenue source we did not have in the pipeline. And it's my belief as your next president that there are other resources that we can tap into. So at the end of the day, what you want is people to be good stewards of your money and find ways to generate more revenue.
Well, during my 14 years in various capacities I've raised, we're bringing in diversifying our revenues within the organization because we have to. As a treasurer, I understand our finances, and I understand I can get out there and put the people in, make sure that we get money to raise funds for our association and maintain the services that you deserve, that you pay your $100 dues for. So I've been very active. When I can't do it alone, I solicit people and use my connections within the industry to act on the NABJ's behalf.
We're going to begin with closing statements from the candidates this afternoon.
I just want to thank Mary for letting us come to Region 5. It was a great idea, and I thoroughly appreciate the opportunity to meet so many, and it's just wonderful to be here. I don't have any excuses about not doing my job as your Vice President Print. I'm not going to blame the staff. I'm not going to blame the executive director. Ultimately, the buck stops with me. I've been on the executive board, and I work on NABJ every day. And as your president, I will continue to work every day. Our answer was that NABJ cares. We care about you. We care about your career. We're about jobs. We're about mentorship. We're about networking. We are about supporting one another in the traditions of the 44 founders of this organization. 2 of them speak to me every week. You know, if I'm your president, I will get a weekly report card. It's not going to be far out there. I'm going to expect to hear from you. I'm going to expect you to hold me accountable for my decisions, even when sometimes they don't look like the best course. If we need to reconcile with unity, we will reconcile. We will reconcile on a philosophical level, not a financial level. If we need to look at jobs and diversity in newsrooms, we will march in there and we will look at jobs and diversity in newsrooms. I am the person who will be the president, who will stand by you, I am for every member. My platform is about respect for members and their work. I've worked very hard. I will continue to work hard, and I hope to see everybody in Philly.
First of all, let me thank the Houston Association of Black Journalists for having this forum, and I want to thank all of you for coming out and listening to what we have to say. I want you to know that we stand at a precipice of a unique moment in history. We have so many new tools to play with. I call them toys. We have so many opportunities. Yes, we see the dismal numbers of our people in our business, what's happening to them. But I can tell you, never in any time that I've been a journalist in my lifetime have I been able to use so many different things that weren't even on my radar screen. I want you to vote for me because I have a vision for where we need to go. And at the end of the day, everybody asks us, well, what's in it for me? Charles, are you going to give me a new job? Charles, can I move to another job that pays more? Can I move from one city to another? And my answer to you is simply, yes, you can. And the way you're going to be able to do that is we're going to provide the training, we're going to give you some expertise, and guess what? You're going to become the expert, that people will come to you. Thank you so very much for allowing me to come here and be a part of this great organization. Don't let anybody ever never tell you that. Thank you.
It needs a leader who has the pulse of this association. If you want to be president of NABJ, you must understand where the money is going. The mentor breakfast and the Sam Lacey Pioneer Awards from the Sports Task Force goes to the bottom line of the National Association of Black Journalists. The only funds that goes to the Sports Task Force is its annual scholarship party. If you understand the pulse of NABJ, you will understand that as treasurer of NABJ, I've executed 3 audits. And if you have the pulse of the association, the annual report is a staff function. And NABJ has not had a consistent executive director for 3 years. But if you want to be president of the National Association of Black Journalists, you must have that pulse. I can reach back as a chapter leader where I raised at the age 24 in New Orleans, where I had my first regional conference where I raised my first $20,000 in my home region. I can reach back as a leader of the student projects for 5 years, and I brought in the first convergence project. I can reach back as the Sports Task Force Chairman, which reinvigorated that task force into becoming one of the most dynamic and highly fundraising organizations in this organization. I can also reach back as the treasurer who helped bring back Financial Auditors Association. Because I am a newsroom manager, and because I can advocate for you, I am the best choice for you to be your president of the National Association of Black Journalists. Join Team Greg. Visit my website at www.gregleejr.com. Thank you, and God bless.
Charles, thank you. Deirdre, thank you. Gregory. Everyone, thank you. Thanks. Let's give them a round of applause. We really appreciate the fact that you are sharing your vision about NABJ with all of our members here, our friends here, but also on the internet as people are watching across the country. We also appreciate that you are spending your time, your energy, and your money to visit the Houston chapter and to visit Region 5, because I know you're going to go on to Dallas, some of you, later on today. I also want to thank our moderators this afternoon because they gave a lot of their time to be here today. Erica Hilliard with KPRC, Joy Sewing, who's with the Houston Chronicle, and also Isaiah Hero with Crib. And also want to thank our social media team. They came from KTSU and also Texas Southern University. Eric and Sarah, thank you so much. They provided the Ustream. They're also doing Twitter for us and Facebook.